you better. Guess you want this, I have one this. Everybody in this world should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Yeah, you better. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me even if I tried it. You're the artist, I'm the mess, and happily become the new in your hands.
Going live, going live. What's up, people? How's everybody doing on this? I don't even know what day it is. I never know what day it is because it really doesn't matter in my world, because every day for me is just another day. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to clear up some things really quickly, because so many people just won't let it go. You know, they won't let certain things go. And usually I just let people mind my business, and then I just kind of look the other direction, you know, usually. But I just wanted to address a couple things, because I'm just the type of person where I'm just a very honest, transparent, just straight shooter type person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not out here faking like I am some, you know, higher than thou person that doesn't have emotions, and just I'm a real live person out here living a real live life. You know what I'm saying? And I have to really get some people straight about this name thing, about how everybody is so offended that I'm not changing my last name back into my maiden name. And I'm just going to just address it just real quick for people that don't understand. So people can finally shut the front door about it and then go back to minding their business instead of mine. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people get so triggered about this name thing. And it's just, I had to look into a couple things so I could let people know. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah. And guys, that's not only what I'll be talking about tonight. I'm going to be talking about some other things too, because I found, there was a little video made about me I've been hearing about, calling me a hypocrite. And I'm going to address that too. And we'll talk about what really is hypocrisy. You know, what does that really mean? What is being a hypocrite? Because guess what, guys? We're all hypocrites. And it's actually, if I was not one, then I would be very stagnant in life. You know, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And then also, I'm going to talk about how trauma really just affects people. And it affects people even all the way up until their 50s, 60s, you know? Some people just never heal. They never address themselves. They never take accountability for their lives. And they're always just running away from pain. Specifically, bouncing from one person to another, with no breaks in between. And I'm going to explain what that is, what that trauma cord is, and why people do such a thing. So I'll get started. Let me get started. And guys, let me just be clear. This is just me talking about some things. I mean, I am addressing all of the hundreds of people that got a problem with me keeping my last name. I am addressing those people. And I am addressing, the people that are calling me a hypocrite that made the video. I am addressing them. But the last thing that I'll be talking about tonight, that's just, I just want a little bit rant about that, because I've just seen so much in my life, I've seen so much. I've observed and perceived so many different relationships, I have been in some relationships, as all of you guys know, I just got out of one. So yeah. So let's start. No, I'm very single, actually. I am not married. Okay, guys. So for people that want to know why I'm not changing my name, there are so many reasons for this, okay? So let me just start with the first. Guys, my whole life, I was born a certain name. Okay. I was born, and I've never said this publicly, not ever, not once, because I've always been kind of embarrassed and ashamed. But I realize now that's being embarrassed and ashamed of who I am and what I was born as. And so I have no problem telling you guys what my name was when I was born. My name when I was born was Inhee Kwak. I was born in South Korea. That was my name. Okay. So there's name number one. Now, I came over to the US when I was 3 months old, and I was named Elizabeth. And my parents' name was Hoekstra. So my name became Elizabeth Hoekstra, name number two. Okay. Name number two. Now, when I became, let me see, I think I was 17, 18 years old when I started modeling. I was a pretty, pretty big model back then. I was in music videos, and then I became an actress, and I was in some TV shows and some movies. And my name during that whole period of time from age 17 until pretty much like 27, like 10 years of this name, my modeling name, Asia Rain. And I know some of y'all know me from those times. I have some people that have followed me since I was a model and actress back in the day. My best friends, one of my very best friends, Janae from Detroit, beautiful, awesome, amazing human being, one of my closest friends. We've been friends since I was a teenager. She still has trouble calling me Elizabeth because to her, I was Asia Rain. So she still calls me Asia to this day. One of my best friends does. Okay. So how many names is that so far? Three names, guys. Okay. 3 names. Inhee Kwak, Elizabeth Hoekstra, Asia Rain. Now, when I went back to, normal life outside of modeling, I didn't think it was professional to call myself Asia Rain anymore. So I went back to Elizabeth Hoekstra, and I was Elizabeth Hoekstra, the chef, the real estate agent, the president of the mental health facility, and all the way into this last place where I was just at, Elizabeth Hoekstra. Now, let me just tell you guys something about Elizabeth Hoekstra, okay? All right. Elizabeth Hoekstra got me made fun of all of elementary school, I was in the preschool thing. I remember getting made fun of in preschool because Hoekstra is spelled H-O-E, K-S-T-R-A. So what do you think kids would do to me? Middle school, sometimes even in high school. What would they do? I mean, kids, they're ruthless. Bullying was big back in the day, and I got bullied. I got bullied before because of my name. Elizabeth the Ho, Elizabeth Ho, Elizabeth Ho. So I used to get bullied all the time. And you know what? I think even when I was an adult, some trolls would comment, the H-O-E. Like, okay. So just some history, just some background about that. And then I got married. So I decided to take the name of the dude because he wanted me to. So I did. And let me just tell you guys this process. If anyone on here has been married and changed their name, you know how stressful that process really is. How many hours, days, weeks of waiting, of doing things to change your name. I mean, hours of sitting in offices. You got to get the social security card. You got to get the license. You got to get the passport. You got to get all the things, the bank accounts, the credit cards. And then let's just talk about business for a second, people, because at the end of the day, before any of this, before I became healer, I'm a businesswoman, guys. I mean, I come from business. Like, I've built a lot of things in my life. Okay. Like a lot. So SEO and the back end of websites and how things point and how certain trigger words send you to different Google sites. And it's a whole process. It's a whole thing that happens. Okay. So rerouting all of that different stuff to change the name to drive it back to who I am is a whole thingy. Okay. It's a whole process. And it took months. And as y'all know, or maybe you don't, maybe y'all didn't know, I have recently got divorced. My life changed April 10th of this year, like that. And I am no longer married. Now, everyone's like, oh, change your name back. Oh, you're using his name for clout. Oh, you're just trying to be relevant. All these comments, there's so many. I just wish I could call them all out, but I don't even really want to go there. But let me just drop some stats really fast. Well, actually, let me just rewind a little bit. I have been in music videos, on TV shows, in movies, like real ones that play like 5-year engagement. I was in 5-year engagement. I was in the 106 in Park, BET back in the day. I've been on tour modeling. I sold my calendar. I've been like, I was kind of like a big, deal back then when I was modeling and acting. I accomplished all my goals. All I wanted was a calendar, a cover of a magazine, TV shows, and to be on the big screen. And I accomplished all of those things. So I was doing things. And then I became the president of this mental health facility, and we were offered a podcast on Earn Your Leisure's network. Okay. This is long before I even knew who the dude was, like long before that. So I've kind of already been out here. Okay. For a long time, like 20 years. So just different names, just different names. I mean, I don't even know if there's still Asia Rain stuff out there, but there probably is. You probably can Google Asia Rain and still see the stuff. Okay. But let me just tell you guys some things that I found out. There are 65,000 Carsons in the US. That's 20 per 100,000. It's the 560th most common US surname. Okay. Florida, where I live, ranks 99th percentile in Carson prevalence. That means that the per capita, very high, the last name. And globally, Carson, the last name, 77,000. So for the people that really would love to just tell me, oh, you're just trying to, all the BS, please. Do you know how common the name Carson is? Like, hello. People need to do their research. Like, shut the front door. You know what I'm saying? Like, just mind your business. I just want people to stop commenting. Just change your name. Like, oh, like I could just go and then my name would be changed. If it was, I'd do it in a second. Trust me. If it was like that. But like I had said at the beginning of this, there's so much that goes into changing a name. And at this point in my career, I've already branded myself. April 10th, my life changed. I did not know what was going to become of April 10th. I didn't know. So the name, I just kept it as I was growing my brand. And now my brand is my brand. Okay. Like all of the SEO keywords, all of the websites, the emails, there's so much. There's so much. So for me to try to change my name at this point in my career, I don't want to. It's too much trouble. Number one. Okay. First reason. Like that's the main reason. It's just too much trouble. And for anyone in business, these people that were you just give him his name back. First of all, he still got his name. Okay. And so does like 65,000 other people in the US. But I didn't take number one. Number two, I didn't leave. Number two, like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, I used to get bullied still into my adult days for my last old name. Not that I ever don't like it. Like I love Hoekstra. I grew up as Hoekstra. Like I'm just saying the inconvenience plus the bullying plus the fact that don't nobody's name make me. I make the name. We make the name. The names don't make us, period. First of all, a name is an egoic structure. It's a construct that we create in the third dimension. We're not names. Like we are energetic beings. We are souls, and we also are all one. And once you realize and get conscious enough to see that, you realize that the names is just a name. It does not mean anything. It is a third dimensional tool to separate the understanding of the vessels. Seriously, like, come on, guys. The names don't make us. Oh, but the ancestors. Come on, people. Like, get real. I understand we have ancestors, and that's very powerful. But when you look deeper into that, you realize again that we are all spirits, energy, soul. We are all one. We are part of God, source, universe. There is no separation. Separation only comes in this dimension. And it's not actually separate. Nothing is separate in this world. Okay, so we have vessels that we incarnate into that have ancestors. So when we incarnate from energy into our picked vessel, we choose our line of ancestors. And in my personal belief, I don't know this to be real or not, but in my belief, I believe that we pick the skin color, we pick the ancestral line, so we're able to transcend those traumas, the ancestral trauma. That's why I feel like we incarnate in certain type of vessels, so we can learn to not be victims to our circumstances, to these third dimensional skin suits. It's not who we are. This is not who we are. It's who we chose to be during this blip of experience that we're having. But we are not this. We are energy. We are souls. We are part of God. Just in pieces, so we can understand ourselves and learn and elevate. So the name don't make me. The name has never made me. And I have been many names in my life. And each name that I had, I was awesome in that name. If I get married again, which I hope someday I will have that, I will probably, if my future husband would like me to change my name, I would probably go through the whole process to do so. But at this point in my life, The name don't make me. Period. So all the people that want to come for me, I just answered all your questions about the name thing. I hope that I shed some light on that for people and made people realize that we are not our names. People that want to judge people off a name, like, let's get to the root of why you're in victimhood, blaming somebody else. These people don't know me. Blaming someone that you don't even know for stuff that's just coming into your consciousness that has really nothing to do with me. Because at the end of the day, the universe and your perception of reality, your reality is just your perception. You're making this reality through your thought process and how you're perceiving it. It is only a mirror back to you of who you really are. That's the life you're going to live. Who you really are from your mirror. Some people live externally and they just react to stimulus and they live out of ego and they're just not conscious in their lives. I know many. And some people, they want to ascend. They want to heal and take their power back, get rid of the ego, and become light by doing the hard inner work, which tells you to look in the mirror and take accountability for your actions and sit in your pain, which I'm going to get to that third. How people are so afraid to sit in their pain that they distract themselves. And I'm going to call it, I'll get there. So I hope that people have a better understanding of why I'm not changing my name. I'm not doing it. They do hold vibrations because cymatics hold vibrations. But baby, I already transcended that. I ascended all of that stuff. I create my life. I create my power. I create the ripples in my space-time continuum. I do that because of my perception, my accountability, my integrity, my honesty, my authenticity, and my willingness to look in the mirror at all times. I create it. My name does not create me. I transcended that. I'm over that. I'm way past that. Way past that. Maybe for some people that are, just starting in their spiritual journey, cymatics, like a little bzz, vibration to hit them and it affect them some way, but not me. I'm way past that level. So the people that still want to, go there, like, just leave it alone. Like, for real. And you know what? Life visas, everything is discoverable. Everything. People are lazy. When you want to talk and figure stuff out, research. It's everywhere. If you guys want to know things, look it up. Like, look stuff up at this point in life. Come on, we're in the information age. We have the whole world, the answers to every single thing in the whole entire world inside of these devices. And people want to come talking like questions about things they could just and get the answer for. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we have to be better, guys. We got to be better. Like, we have to be better as people. Let's take our power back. Let's take some accountability. Let's take some time and do some, research and look at things before we, spat ignorant judgments upon others. Like, everything is discoverable, guys. Next topic. I hope, was that enough? Is there anybody else that wants to come at me for my name? Because I can answer you. So if anyone, in the chat wants to come for me about the name, come on. So, anybody? I'm waiting. No? Are we done? Can we move on to the next subject? No? Okay. I know, honey. I'm not talking to you. Not Life Zez. I'm not talking to you. I'm just like in general. In general. Okay. Okay. I was just making sure. So I'm gonna move on to the next subject now. And I hope that the people that are so triggered about the name just go back to minding your own business. Okay, because that's what I tell the biggest piece of advice is for people just mind your own business. If you're getting triggered out here by other people's stuff, why are you even watching? You're killing yourself. You're shortening your lifespan because every time you get triggered, a rush of adrenaline, a rush of cortisol goes through your body. And for the most part, we don't know how to calm down. So we just stay there. And then it creates inflammation. And then you get autoimmune disease and you're killing yourself. So mind your own business. If you don't find value, if you don't like what another person is doing or saying, then don't pay attention to it. I don't pay attention to nothing that, really bothers me. I mean, I try really hard not to. Like I said, I'm human and I'm never going to fake like I'm not. But I'm just saying, people should mind their own business. They would have a lot happier lives. Like, I literally don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know because I don't pay attention because it's so crushing in my heart space. All I want to do, no amount of stress is ever going to help any type of situation. All the stress does is add to the collective stress, which makes everything worse. So I choose to take my stress away, pay attention to what I can control. And that's building, my own empire and trying to affect and help and teach as many people as I possibly can through my own life experience, because that's what I feel like I'm here for. I feel like I'm literally here. I mean, I have suffered in all the different ways and been in all the different rooms and done all the different things, and it's for a purpose and a reason. So that's what I'm focused on. That is it. That is all. I literally don't have time for anything else. I mean, quick story. I was talking to my spiritual advisor today. We meet every week. And I was like, I think I have social anxiety because I had to go to a thingy last night. I didn't have to go to a thingy last night, but I chose to go to a thingy last night. And I was having so much anxiety before I went in. And I'm like, yo, I think I have social anxiety. Like, this is crazy. I mean, I'm an introvert. I like to be at home. I like to cook. I like to dance. I like to be in my own world. But what she was saying basically is that I just don't have time for BS. Small talk, literally, it steals my soul. It makes me want to just keel over and just faint. Okay. I don't do small talk. And I am a very intentional human being. And once you become a very intentional human being, you watch your whole life just transform. Because now everything that you do and all the moves that you are making are for your goal in life. I mean, this is how I help people's businesses. This is how I've built the last one to an 8-figure company. Because I always meet at the very beginning. We do 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. This was talked about publicly many times. And I always ask where you want to be. What's your goal? What's your 10-year goal? Where you want to be? And every single thing needs to feed into that or you're wasting your time. People can the climb is real when you focus and when you're intentionally moving, energetically, physically moving towards what you want to achieve at that 10 years. And then you watch all that happen in a matter of a year, 2 years, 3 years. That's what was accomplished at the last place. The 10-year goal was already accomplished year 4. Because why? So literally, I die a little bit inside when I have to be around people in small talk. Oh my God. Hey girl, how you doing? Oh yeah. I just started a podcast. Oh yeah. Everything. Barf. I literally want to die inside when I have to do that. So I just don't like it, And so I would advise people, if you want to get somewhere in life, if you really want to achieve your 10-year goal, then all your moves need to be towards that goal. Intentional. Move intentionally. But I'm so good. I'm very grateful I went last night. I actually had a very good time. I met some awesome people. I got to see my girl. Like it was so cool. Like I was super, it was awesome. So I'm glad I went. Very glad. Even though I had a panic attack before I went in. Just saying. Okay. Now let's get to the juicy stuff. No, we already hit the juicy stuff. Actually, we all of tonight is juicy, all right? Because I just listen. At some point, you know, when you see hundreds of people coming at you for certain things, it's like you sometimes just have to shut it down, like address it. Like, come on, people, stop being stupid. Like, come on. Sometimes you just gotta shut it down. All right. So, my next subject. So what if I'm a hypocrite? People want to call me a hypocrite. I heard there's little videos circulating right now about me being a hypocrite. Please. I'm so grateful I'm a hypocrite. You want to know why? Because if I was not a hypocrite, then I would be the same as I was always. Growth looks like change. People call people hypocrites because of their beliefs, choices, and perspectives that have shifted over time. But see, that's not hypocrisy, that's evolution. And trust me, I'm never going to stop evolving. The only real hypocrisy is pretending to stay the same just to keep others comfortable or because you're scared. So let's really unpack hypocrite, guys. Because guess what? If I was not a hypocrite, I would be saying the stuff that I used to do when I was 18 years old: drugs, alcohol, parties nonstop, running away from my pain. My values would still be the same as that. I don't want to be stuck like that, nor should any of you. So, hypocrisy. Yeah, all of us should be. And it's misused. This word is misused so people can shame others for growing and evolving. I am not the only person out here that has been called a hypocrite. So many other spiritual teachers I've seen be called hypocrite because people want to shame others because they're stuck. Okay? It's like a judgment trap. It's really just judgment, guys. I mean, when you want to judge others for being a hypocrite, this means probably that you're stuck in the past, that you got trauma chains from the past that you've never looked into, you know, that you've never addressed. Trauma chains. That's what people that want to judge others for hypocrisy and being a hypocrite are. I've really changed my beliefs since this whole thing has happened. This whole entire thing is really, you know, I've changed a lot. Like I've said actually many times before online, I was not rooted in God. I was thinking I was God. I was God. It was like I was in a weird spiritual space then. And then since I went through this dark night of my soul, I really started to pray again, which I never did. I got rooted back into, you know, my practices. And I feel very like a lot better. I'm a lot different than I was. And I, since going through this dark night and sitting, looking at myself in my grief and just sitting in my shatteredness, I have learned so much of myself because I have had the mirror up to myself this whole time. Because I don't ever want to create a situation like this again in my life. I don't want that. So I'm going to see what happened. I'm going to change my actions in certain ways. I'm going to change my energy. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to take accountability so I can grow. So I don't recreate this situation, not ever again in my life. Never again will I ever go through this situation. And it's bigger than what y'all even think. Not like the divorce, but I'm like, there's so much more attached because I was doing business. It was just a lot of different things that I have gone through in this dark night. It's not just attached to a relationship between a man and a woman. It's so much deeper than that, so much more complicated than that. So all I've been doing is observing myself and shifting certain beliefs and shifting certain energies and shifting actions so that I can change something that we should all do in life. It's called evolving. Evolving, guys. That's what it's called. That's what we should all be striving for, is to evolve. So for people, that want to talk smack out here about people being hypocrites, it's like, really, really turn the mirror back on yourself, really turn that mirror around and ask yourself, why does this bother me so? Seriously. It's probably because you're afraid to evolve. You're afraid to change. You're afraid that you won't receive love if you change who you are. And so, judging others instead of judging yourself feels better to you. So you'd rather do that instead. That's victim mentality. When you're a victim, you stay stuck. You don't evolve. You just stay because everything is due to this external stuff when really nothing has to do with this external stuff. It all comes from in here. We create all of this stuff. We create it from our manifestations, from our energy, from our thoughts, from our actions. We create our reality. We look out these eyes to perceive what's happening around us. And our perception creates our reality. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. I love him. It's so true. Thank God that the things that I'm perceiving changed so that my life could change. Thank God. Because I love where I'm at right now. Of course, I'm still hurt. This was extremely new. It's only been a couple months, couple weeks since it's been official. So, of course, I'm human, still in pain, still brokenhearted, still in the mirror, still reflecting, still looking at myself, going through the hard stuff. I'm not running away from this. And if anyone out there is going through something similar, or is going through a life storm, or is going through, anything, sit in the pain. Go there. Because inside of that pain, you find out so much of yourself. And once you go through that and you don't just distract yourself from it, you actually evolve. You actually change your vibration, you change your frequency, and different things happen for you in life when you sit in the pain, when you look at it, when you don't run away from it. Which leads me to my next topic for the night. my next topic. Now, I want people just to take a moment, go through their life, and say, when I was younger, let me just do it for myself. When I was younger, I had a high school sweetheart and left him, and then got with one of my crazy exes. He ended up going to jail, left that. And all of this, happened pretty quickly. Like, I didn't have very much space, right? Didn't have a lot of space between. But as I got older, I started to create space in between these things because I realized so many of us, and it's not only with relationships, this is with addictions, this is with anything. We distract ourselves from our inner pain, from our hurt, from our trauma, because it is so painful and hurtful. And it's just so hard to, first of all, feel it all up in our bodies, because emotional pain, for me personally, feels way worse than physical pain. Like, I would really rather get my ass beat, and I've gotten my ass beat many a times in my life, and sit in that rather than sitting emotional pain, because emotional pain is not only in your mind, it's all over your body. You feel like you're shattered, like vomit, like going through my dark night. I have vomited from feeling so emotionally distraught. You know what I'm saying? So that literally can physically just tear you apart. So I get it, why people want to distract themselves with external stimulus to run away from that feeling, because it doesn't feel good. But like I was saying before, once you sit in it, it is the most power. You will come out the other end so incredibly powerful, so changed, with a different frequency, vibration, attracting completely different things in your life. It's amazing. It's magic. And then when you do that, you literally grow into a whole new being. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. And then guess what? When you're able to take accountability and look at all the things, you're able to change your actions. You're able to change your frequency, your vibration, and all of the things. So you're able to attract different in your life. Because if you keep on going down the same path without it, you're going to keep on going through the same toxic pattern your whole entire life. Now, I told you guys to think for a second. Think, how many significant others have you guys had that have been exactly like the toxic one, just in a different skin suit? Like, you attracted the same person again, and then the same person again, until you realized, oh, the wound. Let me heal the wound. It's subconscious sometimes. We don't even know. But let's heal the wound so now we can attract different in our life instead of attracting the same mofo in different vessels. Because that's exactly what we will continue to do. And this is not only in relationships. It's just very easy to make an example out of relationships, but this is in life circumstances, in everything, career, it's in day to day. You will continue to attract the same life circumstances until you learn the lesson. You will keep going in these frequency circles, these toxic just circles of life. You will never elevate and get to the next circle, and then elevate and get to the next circle if you don't sit in your pain, if you don't take accountability and look at things and then change. So people, that jump from one to another, to another, to another, to another, and never give themselves space and time to sit in the shatteredness, to take accountability for their actions. You're running away from yourself, and you'll never be successful at that, because it's going to keep happening. You're running away. Stop running. It's weak. People that just want to jump from one to another, 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 to another. And now, oh my God, it's like there's 6 marriage. Whoa. Maybe people should take a break so they can get their stuff together. Don't people out here want a successful relationship? I'm not talking to everybody. I know. And this is, like I said, not only in relationship circumstances, this is in careers. This is in regular life thingies, you know? Maybe you got some drama with your siblings and you keep going through the same fights with your siblings. You know? So I'm not only talking about relationships, I'm just talking about relationships because it's the easiest thing to make an example out of. If you want to jump from one to another and to another and to another with no accountability, no space, no reflection, I call that weak. And then also what that shows me is that, you know, no real true care. You know what I'm saying? The people that do that, they never truly ever cared. I don't know. Do y'all agree with me on this? This is now just specifically in relationships. I feel like if people can just go from one to the other, 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 they never truly, 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 truly cared. I mean, I'm not sure about that one. That's just my opinion. But I know for a fact that the people that go from one to another, to another, to another, to another, I know for a fact those people are running away from themselves. It's weakness. People are extremely weak that do that. And you know what? Life is hard out here. What kind of person do you want to be, though? What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to be the crappy person? Or do you want to become better and better and better and better? Because that's what the point of this life is, I think, is to, you know, become present, become aware, become consciousness, and then try to help others do the same and really embody ourselves here. Learn the most lessons, get out of ego, and then be embodied. Embodied means inside this all the time and present. You know? That's my opinion about what this purpose of life is. So I hope that people just start to look in the mirror more so, because I've just been seeing it so much. Victim mentality. Victim mentality because people want to get triggered and upset with me because of my name. Victim mentality. Figure out, look in the mirror, take accountability of what that trigger is all about, which is about you, not me. Number 2, hypocrisy. You want to sit and judge people for evolving, for changing, because you're stuck. Victim mentality. Look in the mirror, see where that root comes from, heal that, and change. Take your power back. People that just want to bounce from relationship to relationship to relationship, or situation to situation to situation with no accountability, no feeling. Victim mentality. Those are the type of people that blame everybody else except for themselves for all of the things that ever happened, because they're so scared to sit and look at themselves. Because once they do that, sometimes it's incredibly ugly. If I was some of these people out here that do the things they do, that live completely out of ego, and ever like had an ego disillusion and had to look at myself, you know, some people like, ugh, it's not good. So I get it. I get it. But is that the type of person you always want to be? Is that the type of person you're going to die as? You know? Because then you just probably reincarnate right away and have to do it all over again until you learn your lesson. But I do understand. I do understand, because taking accountability is scary, especially for ones that just dog people and do them so wrong and dirty and live out of ego and just want to screw everybody over and fool people. Those type of people, I would be terrified to be that person and have to take accountability, because that type of inner pain, once the ego goes away, that you got to feel, that scares me. If I had to take my whole life of trauma and I just masked it every single time, and I never spent years trying to unravel it and trying to heal certain parts of myself and take accountability here and change this action and do these things. If I had to sit here today, after all the things that I've done in my life, and then all of a sudden the ego goes away and I had to take accountability for all of it, boom, in 1 second, that would be scary. Terrifying. Ooh, I don't want to do it. That's a lot. So I get it, for people that are stuck in ego and they have been stuck there their whole lives. I get why they don't want to. I wouldn't want to either. But that just shows what type of people some people are. You know what I'm saying? Just shows it. So they need to go open their pineal gland. I love you. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? They need to go open that third eye. Actually, I've read that the third eye is actually prefrontal cortex. But anyways, back to this, guys. I'm just saying, we all just, I want people to be better out here. I'm not. Because I'm single. Super single. Yeah, I just, want people to start taking their power back, because victim mentality is the reason why we're all screwed up out here in these streets. Why the collective consciousness is of, attack, war, hatred, like racism is still a thing. It's 2025. Like, it's like, once we learn to really take our power back, then everything will change on this planet. We will not be victims anymore to our circumstances. We will be creating our own reality from our divine place. We won't be blaming everybody else for our perception of reality at all. There's been so many times through this dark night that I wanted to become the victim, because it's so much easier to be that than it is to be the accountable person that looks in the mirror and has to sit in the pain and, look at the lessons and be like, dang, that sucked. I sucked there. That wasn't the coolest of me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fun. But it's how you take your power back. Otherwise, you're just going to keep screwing everybody over, blaming everybody for your perception lens, for your reality, when really you could take that back and start creating your reality instead of manifesting darkness all around you. You could start manifesting some happiness, some good energy, some good things. You could start creating from heart, from alignment. You cannot be in alignment with source, God, universe, if you're blaming external stimulus for your life. There is no power in that. Blame. Blame is weak too. I'm just calling it for what it is today. I'm sick of having my tiny little filter so people It's weak. Stop being weak out here. Take your power back. Like literally, we can do whatever, we can manifest whatever it is that we want if we stay high vibe. Trust me, when I'm off, and I'm off, like I am not perfect out here, nor do I ever pretend to be whatsoever. That's why I always tell people, do not pedestalize me. Don't pedestalize me. Don't pedestalize anybody, because the minute that you pedestalize somebody, that makes you worse than them. And then that makes them, they have to hold a standard of your perception lens. Like, don't do that. Realize that we're all out here just trying to do the best that we can do with what we know how. That's it. Every single last one of us. We're all at different parts of our journey. We all have different reasons we're here. We all incarnate for, all different reasons. I'm human AF. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going through this process of being human, just like everybody else is. I got emotions. I got triggers. I just have learned through all of the years of going through this healing stuff, over 20 actually years of this, I've learned so much. I've become very wise in this, and I can see the things now because I've been through it. It takes one to see one. I have been the victim many times in my life. That's why I know that that's weak, because I was creating a bunch of shambles when I was victim out here in my life. I wasn't creating from power, from alignment, from source, from God. I was not creating from that. I can honestly say now, at this part of my life, I am in alignment. I am the farthest thing from a victim at this point in my life because I create my reality. So, takes one to see one, to know one, to understand. When I was blame, oh, screw them, back in my life, that's weak. When I was not taking space between my relationships because it hurt so bad, that's weak. Weakness. Once we can learn to be strong, to realize that sometimes it gets a little hard and it hurts a little bit. But the pain, on the other side of the pain, is the beauty, is the wisdom, is the true ascension, transcendence of the experience of the toxic circle that you stay in. Who do you choose to be out here? I want people to choose to take their power back, because I would love to see all people walking inside of divinity, connected, in alignment, embodied, and present. I would love to see the collective shift into that consciousness, because at that point, we would stop killing the planet. Not that we could ever kill the planet, ever. The planet would kill us before it ever got that far, but we're trying to do a damn good job of it. There would be no war. There would be no fighting. There would be no racism. There would be no judgment on others because of the way they look, are, or have been through. We would just be in alignment, embodied and present, creating from source at all times, because presence, connection, embodiment, you're connected at all times, creating, not following along. So I would love to see that. I do believe that too, the entities on the planet that harvest energy. I kind of believe that. There's, it's a polar universe, good, bad, light, dark, yin, yang. Yeah. It's true. But I think that if enough of the collective can truly, get out of their victim mentality and learn to look in the mirror a little bit, then things would change. Word, Twala. for sure, yes. She get it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I think I addressed all the things that I wanted to address tonight. I might just take this video down because I don't think I will actually. I think people really got to know. Like I said, sometimes you just got to let more folks know. You know what I'm saying? You just got to let them know. If they coming at you so much in so many different ways, it's like I just got annoyed with the amount of people talking the same friggin' thing every day. Shut up. I'm not going to change my name. So sometimes you just got to let people know. So now people know. And I brought the stats too. So if anyone wants to try to, I'm just going to send them this video. I'm just going to send them the link. I'm just going to link the video. For real. And then for the people that want to call me a hypocrite, thank you. I appreciate it. You're seeing my evolution. I love that you're watching and getting I don't love that you're so triggered by watching, but I love that you're watching and you're seeing my evolution. I hope you continue to watch because I will continue to evolve. I'm not going to stop evolving. I will be evolving until the day I leave this earthly vessel because that's just who the F I am. And who I promise always to be is an evolver, which I hope all of you guys do that too, because it's actually fun. And you can see magic in your life when you continue to evolve and continue to, create and be who you are authentically. It's fun. It really is. And it shows up as magic in your life. Now, I want you guys to know, for the past 20 years, I've been doing this. I've been doing this healing stuff. I've done over 100 different modalities to try to heal myself, try to fix me from all the craziness and crazy, different situations I've been in, and just wanting to be different and evolve. And I've done so a lot over the past 20 years. I mean, compared to where I was at to where I'm at now, I'm like an international speaker, an author, a best-selling author at this point in my life with a really cool podcast. And I've built really amazing brands in my careers. I'm pretty proud of myself at this point. But 20 years ago, before I started this healing journey, no, I was way different. It was not the same at all. So I say all that to say, I have experienced a lot in my life. And I've taken this 20 years and I've compiled it into 7 steps for people so that people can learn through my 20 years how to shift their life and create better for themselves. A lot of people don't even know what shadow work is. They don't know where to start. So I created a 7-step method for people to follow along, to be able to heal and get better and just, transcend some of the trauma, get rid of the trauma chains, come to the present moment, and really create their life. And so I'm excited. I'm releasing that, guys, next week in my mentoring program, which I'll be live doing my masterminds every 2 weeks, bringing different guests on. Plus, I recorded an activation prayer, and this thing goes so hard. I wish I could play like a little snippet for you guys. I wonder if I can. I'm gonna see if I can real quick because you guys are gonna be like, whoa. Because even I was like, yo, I was at the gym and I was listening to it. And I was like, holy crap. This is pretty dope. Let me see if I can do it. I can't do it. Dang. Let me see if I can do it over here. I can't do it. That sucks. Okay, well, the next time I come on here, I'm going to share it for you guys. More sounds. Let me see. Add sounds. I might be able to do it, guys. I might be able to do this. Hold on. I think I can. Is this the finished version, though? Is that the question? I hope it is. Nope, I don't think it is. Guys, I'm going to play this. I'm telling you, this is one of the most incredible things I've ever recorded. I didn't even know I had it in me. I swear to God. I did not know. I'm really going to try to do this for you guys before I get out of here. If I don't tonight, then I'll be back another time to do it. But yo, I'm telling you, I surprised myself. I got myself in a trance. I'm like, this is me. I was like, oh, funny story, not funny story, but a story. So back in the day, I used to do tracks for people. I used to download. Yeah, I used to do tracks for people. Like I can make my voice very dope. So I used to do like the sexy girl voice on different tracks and entertainment. I was like on a comedy album before. I mean, I did a whole bunch of stuff in entertainment that was super fun. I actually even have a rap song that I told people I was gonna play for them at some point. Y'all gonna see some Asia Rain come out. Yes, y'all gonna see some Asia Rain because I was definitely some Asia Rain when I was rapping. It's crazy. Let's see. Activation prayer. Is this the one that I downloaded today? Let's see. Let me see if I can just do this. I can. Oh my God, it's uploading right now. I think I can play it. Do you guys want to hear? Hold on, I'm going to play a tiny bit of it. Let me see. It's processing. I'm gonna wait till it's finished. And I'm gonna play my rap song for you guys sometime. It was called Saturday, and it was actually played all around the Detroit strip clubs for a very long time. My son's dad produced the beat. One of my son's goddad rapped on it, which he's a dope rapper, by the way. And I rapped on it too. Asia Rain. I was like, Asia Rain, how? Hilarious. It was fun. It was so fun back in the day. So yeah, I got a little voice, I can do a little things yeah. Oh my God, there's so many strip clubs in Detroit, man. I used to be in them every single night partying. Oh my God, can I play this?
Welcome.
I can play it. Guys, do you hear it? Tell me if you can hear it. Tell me if you guys can hear this in the chat. I'm about to play it.
This is not just a meditation. This is a soul activation.
Can y'all hear it? Put some fireballs in the chat if you can hear it.
What you are about to experience is a multi-dimensional transmission designed to reconnect you with your spirit team, awaken your divine mission, and anchor you into the frequency of remembrance. You'll be guided into the quantum field, into the space place of infinite potential, where all timelines collapse and your true self rises. From that space, we'll call in your counsel, the beings who walk with you across dimensions, and together we will speak a living prayer, one that clears fear, opens channels, and activates your soul assignment. This is for the leaders, the light bringers, the frequency holders, the ones who came here to help shift the collective and liberate the forgotten codes. So take a deep breath. Let go of the outside world and prepare to remember who you really are. Let's begin. Welcome. You've entered a sacred space. This is your moment to soften, to remember, to become.
Look, what y'all think? Fire, right? Listen, I was at the gym listening to the master of it, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. I almost put myself into a trance. That was wild. Yes, so I'm launching my mentoring program next week on Monday, and I'm releasing my activation prayer inside of my mentoring program. And I swear to God, so it's like 24 minutes long. and it will literally call in you. Your spirit team is going to shoot you into other dimensions. I mean, yo, I've been recording a lot of meditations lately, guys. I actually have a 5-set series that I'm sending out in my newsletters. If you guys are not part of my newsletter, sign up, because then you get my 5-part meditation series that I've just been recording to rewire subconscious, talk to your inner child, like so many different things I've been doing with this meditation stuff, this hypnosis stuff, this activation stuff. Super fire. I'm really excited about this part of my career. I haven't really experimented with this. I've never, like, I've led meditations at events, you know, but not like this. Not like this. I actually have 2 on my YouTube channel if you guys haven't checked it out. One for the morning, one for the evening. And I guarantee your life will probably change if you listen to the morning and the evening every day for the next 21 days. It's going to rewire you. I put theta entrainment waves behind it. Actually, delta entrainment waves behind the evening one so that it's easier to fall asleep and get into a really beautiful deep sleep. And then theta waves behind the morning for gratitude. So you can get into your subconscious and really like rewire yourself for gratitude and abundance. It works. I'm telling y'all. But that activation, I mean, that beat is original. The producer is fire, man. And what I've been producing lately, like I just, before I got on here, recorded this inner child meditation trance, like hypnosis thing. Oh my God. When I say powerful, yo, it's different. Okay. I love this stuff. It lights me up, man. This type of stuff lights me up. Freaking love it. Yeah. Let me see here. Text this number, 954-539-1259, if you want to get updates about my mentoring program and what you can get access to. Guys, I'm telling you, this mentoring program, first of all, it's going to be unlike other ones. Like my 7-step method is going to be in it. My activations will be in it. My meditations will be in it. I have extra courses. My heartbreak course is in there. A lot of stuff. I've been working really hard with my team on this for the past, like, the whole time we've been working on this. I just haven't released it yet because it wasn't right. But we just got this thing right in the past couple weeks. 954-539-1259 for you guys on TikTok. So text me. And yeah, freaking amazing, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing for so many people. Super life-changing, guys. I promise. I actually guarantee if anybody goes through my entire 7-step method and their life is not better and different, I will give you all your money back. Hand to God. I guarantee people going to change. There is no way for people not to change if they follow the steps, if they study the work. I mean, this is a 90-page document that I've been working on for a long time, the 7 steps, 90 pages. I go deep into science and reasons why things happen, because I don't like to just go through things. If you want to just go through the things, you can do that too. But I like to find out why I'm the way I am. Why do I react these ways? Why does my body do this when this happens? I like to know all the things about it. So there's science, there's research, it's extensive. Okay. Like extensive. It's like 90 pages, seriously. And then y'all just heard my activation. Just one activation. Y'all heard. Super fire. I just played the beginning too. I literally just played the beginning. You guys, it's 24 minutes. And I'm continuing to record. Guys, that activation, it came to me like, download. I'm going to keep on downloading. Like I'm getting into this space. I use these different tools, and which I talk about, and I will talk about in my mentoring program that I'm launching on Monday. But I get into this space of like channeling, like just what, like I feel like I'm very connected, and working with my spiritual advisor, I'm really finding out how really connected, not out of ego. I'm just saying, like, I'm a very connected being. Like I got a lot of like different things I'm connected to that I can pull knowledge from, pull messages from. And it's powerful. So I just sometimes sit here and I kind of just channel like what comes through on this mic with my headphones. Got my headphones right here. I think I literally just go through the thing. Quiet. Sorry guys, and my dog. She's like, get off, I'm bored. Yeah. So it's gonna be really exciting, you guys. And I'm really, really happy about this one. Why I have not released my mentoring program yet is because I wasn't happy with it until recently. And I told my team, like, look, this is it. This is the thing here. We got something special. Because my goal in life is really to help people feel better. Because I've been all sorts of in pain, all sorts of shattered, not just in this past 4 months, but my whole life. I was also talking to my spiritual advisor. I'm like, yo, I think I got PTSD. And my team was saying, no, your life is PTSD. It's not from this last situation. It's from your life. I'm like, oh, okay. I understand. No, but seriously. I mean, I've learned a lot. I'm very, very different from where I was, guys. And I just lead by example. I never, pretend I'm something I'm not. I really just lead by my own mess ups, to be honest. My own, not even mess ups. I don't like calling things mess ups, like my own lessons. I lead by my own lessons because I have learned so many lessons in my life, a ridiculous amount of lessons I have learned. And I just want to share with people. And because my lessons have been so dynamic and different, all different lessons. I mean, I've been through pretty much all the little things that you could go through, pretty much. So I've learned so many different ones. And I feel like I just want to take that stuff and just pour it into the collective and people that resonate with my information. So I'm able to help people get out of those states of the no hope place. Because I have been there. The no hope place. It's a horrible place to be. And I just want to assure people that we always have hope. We can always change. We can always take our power back. It's just a choice. It is scary diving into the anxiety, diving into the fear buckets. It's scary, but there's so much power on the other side. I promise you that. So much power. Like, I feel like I literally can just manifest things in thin air. I'm just joking. One day I'm gonna get there. No, but I really I never thought when I was in my no hope place that I would ever be happy without drugs, alcohol, parties. I was like, there's no way that anyone could ever feel this good. When really I was just feeling terrible. But anyways, it's like at this point, I mean, the lows are low, because you have to feel the lows to be able to feel the highs. But the highs are so, euphoric and ecstasy-like. I did a lot of that too back in the day. I was like, there's no way you can feel like this when you're sober. Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. In fact, so much better. So I want to give people that inspiration, that thing to hold on to and say, yes, I've been there. I've been there. I've been in the buckets of shame and just distraught and grief and brokenness and shatteredness and I've just been there. I've been in all those places so many different times in my life. I have had to rebuild my life an endless amount of times. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, for real. Seriously. And so others can get through things. If I can get through things and I'm just a normal, human being, I'm not, anyone special. No one is really anyone special. We're just going through our process. But if I can make it, anybody can make it. Seriously. So, everybody can get to the happy bucket. Everybody can get to the ecstasy bucket soberly. It's amazing to be here. But you got to go through the lows first, or else you won't experience the highs again. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Monday is going to be the big drop. I'm going to jump on live and release it everywhere. And you guys will see the newsletters, the text messages, sign up for the text messages, get updates, because I promise everybody will be able to be in my mentoring inner circle program. Every single person will be able to do this if they want to prioritize the healing, ascension. So just be on the lookout, guys. And tomorrow, my podcast releases at 8 p.m. Eastern. I interviewed the beautiful Alina, who is the person that is organizing Manifested and is putting on the I Am Creation Summit in Bali. This woman, she's one of the lightest beings I've ever met in my life. Whenever I talk to her, I get filled up with energy. I just it's crazy, when you start vibing on different levels, you just start meeting like angels. Like I really feel she's an angel on earth. What she's doing, what her mission is, how she is, incredible. And her belief system and just the way she speaks and the wisdom that she has to offer people is just out of this world. I would literally recommend everyone watch that one. It's so freaking good. I'm telling you. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. on this channel. She is different, okay? She was in Bali when I interviewed her, and the interview is just probably one of the best that I've done, to be honest. I know I say that with a lot of them, but it's like, I've just had so many good guests. It's like, how can you decipher, But that's why it's called Unlimited. I'm coming up with like a tagline because I want people to understand, like people don't really know everything that I'm about because I'm so vast. And I was thinking about it, like I'm never going to stop being vast because I have the knowledge in the different places because of all the different experiences, I focus truly on healing, but limitless, unlimited potential, unbound potential is what I want to teach people. I need a tag. I need like one of those, so people understand, like Jay Shetty, on purpose, I want people to know that they are unlimited. That's why this podcast is called Unlimited, because I'm unlimited. We're all unlimited. We just have to allow ourselves to be that, I'm all the different things. My focus is healing. But I know business, I know branding, I know cooking, I know pastry and baking, I know real estate, I know business building, I know healing, I know spirituality. I know a lot of different like subjects, I know biohacking, health and wellness. And I'm always going to know all these things. And I'm never going to stop talking about all these things. I might even want to start talking about business because I feel like I got tons of knowledge in that area. And people out here are trying to be more so entrepreneurs these days because they're seeing the systems. People are starting to see the manipulation out here, and they're starting to get out of the manipulation systems to create their own thing. Entrepreneurship has gone up, the amount of entrepreneurs. And I have a lot of great advice to give those people. I've built companies crazy. And that started back 2015. I started to build different companies for other people, never for me until now. But I know that in that area. Unlimited potential. We all have it. That's the tag. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm going to keep on coming up with it. Okay, guys. All right. Well, I always say, if no one told you today, I love you. I love you. And I wish more people would say it all the time. We deserve to hear it. All of us are just on the earth trying to do the best we can with what we know how. Okay. I love y'all so much. Thank you for listening to my rant. Anytime anybody else comments about the name thingy or wants the hypocrite thingy or anything like that, or wants to run away from their pain, I'm just going to send them the link, guys. Send them the link, copy the link and send it. I won't address this ever again. I'm not going to snap about this, not ever again. This was my letting go of this topic. I will not go here again, guys. That's a promise. But some people, when you When you click around, sometimes you find out. Okay? Sometimes. All right. I love you guys so much. So much. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Peace and love. And like I said, I'll be back here tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern with beautiful Alina. All right, guys. Have an amazing evening. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love, TikTok. Peace and love.
This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests and don't necessarily reflect those of the producers or affiliates. We do not guarantee the accuracy of the content. Please verify information and seek professional advice when needed. By listening, you agree not to hold us liable for any actions taken based on this content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you enjoy the episodes ahead. Love unlimited, feel unlimited.
Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to stay on this journey with me. There is so much more ahead. Courses, mentoring, healing circles, retreats, safe spaces to heal and grow. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and stay connected. We are not alone. In this journey, we're on it together.